check, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Hello and welcome into the Monroe Civic Center. Scar!
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
Shooting on the blocker side of Rosenzweig this time. 2-on-1 for the Breakers. On over to Conway. Conway's backhander. Rebound. He scars! Declan Conway with his 12th of the season off the defensive breakdown by the Crows. They were all bought in down the other end. Good breakout by Biloxi, and Caden Henry adds to his point total. He's up to now 33 with the assist to Conway there, and the Breakers strike first on the road here tonight. Quiet last night, though. Did not find the score sheet after having 8 games in his last 4. Nerland right off the faceoff. A one-time bullet. Beats Bernard, finds the twine. Aldi Nerland continuing to score in bunches. A rocket right off the faceoff. Bernard couldn't even get set. Nerland right over the glove side. Pots one. And it's 2-0 Biloxi. Finds it over to Hunter Hall, the 6'4" power forward who was traded for from the Baton Rouge Zydeco moments ago. Nerland cherry picking in all alone on the breakaway to his forehand. Scars! Aldi Nerland. The Breakers had nothing doing in period 2. Aldi says, all right, I'll take a little minute here at the blue line. A good outlet pass from the Breakers. And Nerland with a beautiful move in all alone to get Bernard to bite to the left side. And finishes on the forehand with a beautiful goal. Nerland, his 6th of the season, his 2nd of the night, his 4th of the weekend. Cade Henry with a burst of speed up the near side, darting towards the goal and has to go around. Centering feed out, Charbonneau lights the lamp, his first professional goal. Xavier Charbonneau came trailing through the far side. Henry goes all the way around and drops it out to Charbonneau. In between the media timeout, you'll see there's all kinds of commotion going on at the red line. Robbie Nichols is around the glass yelling at someone. Koash getting into it with the Breakers bench. Koash with time and space, tipped in front by Infantino, and Topeka scores. Infantino apologizes to his goaltender for scoring on him inadvertently, and Topeka gets a power play goal. I think it hurts more for the potential shutout that Rosenzweig had cooking. And towards the goal, and now Nerland leads the charge the other way. On over to Bikarchek. In front, they score! We'll see who leads the line. It looked like another deflection goal off a defender, and it's Lucas Pikarchek with his first goal since his overtime winner on November 14th, making it 5-1 Breakers. Sneath to the tape of Wilson. Wilson shoots and scores. Elijah Wilson, with just his 3rd goal in his last 11 games, beats Rosenzweig on the blocker's side on the face-off circle, and now Nerland spins it around. Henry trying to dig it out. Smith with a bad-looking hit. He's going after Caden Henry right now on a beeline. I don't think the Breakers really loved that, and Bondi wants a piece of Avery Smith now. A little pushing and shoving after the whistle as Josh Rosenzweig selling his way back to the Breakers bench, and Biloxi takes this one by a final of 5-2 on the road here in Topeka. A fun game. Avery Smith is being held back by the officials. Breakers continue to cherish the win as Topeka will go salute the home crowd. No Pink Pony Club tonight. It's Hockey Night live from the Monroe Civic Center in Monroe, Louisiana. My name's Devin Dobek, along with you. It's the Breakers and the Moccasins going at it for the 6th time this season. Let's take a look at our tale of the tape for these two teams. A few different starts for these two, meeting now for the 6th time. Monroe 11-4-2. They currently sit 2nd in the Continental Division. The Breakers 5-11-1. Monroe's won back-to-back games after a tough weekend with Athens. Breakers split with the Scarecrows last weekend, so they're on a 1-game win streak. Goals per game, 5.0 for the Moccasins, 3.9 for the Breakers. A plus 26 goal differential for Monroe, minus 23 for Biloxi. On the power play, Biloxi has had a strength there, 21.9% compared to a measly 15.7% for the Moccasins. On the kill, Monroe has been stellar, though, 87.6%. And the Breakers 72.1%. Breakers ranked 6th in the Continental Division behind the Twin City Thunderbirds, who currently hold that final wild card spot in the Continental Division. Monroe stays in 2nd, trying to continue to chip away at the Athens Rock Lobsters. Monroe has won each of the 5 meetings, and they've scored at least 6 goals in each of those 5 games. The closest matchup was the 7-6 game, which came all the way back on October 31st, the home opener at the Coast Coliseum. We're moments away from puck drop here. Take a look at the Breakers starting lineup. The Moccasins did not have theirs available, so please excuse the player names, placeholders. But for the Breakers, they go with a much different starting line. Declan Conway and Lucas Pikarchek are the wingers, with Fabian Leonard centering them. Tim Payne, after a long and overdue time, has finally arrived in Biloxi. Happy to have him, looking to make a statement, wearing number 18 tonight for Biloxi. Number 7, Declan Flanagan, is with him. Josh Rosenzweig will be in between the pipes. For Monroe, it will be a different goaltender. That's something we do know. It's Gabe Rosek who will be in between the pipes. Rosek, 6'1", 180 out of East Lansing, Michigan. Most recently had a stint with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs in the SPHL and finished up a few seasons at Concordia University, Wisconsin at the NCAA 3 level, where he posted a 4.08 goals against average and a 902 save percentage. We've got a good matchup on our hands as the Breakers take the ice, ready to go here. As we conclude our Matt Bauer starting lineups, they're going to bring out the Moccasins momentarily, and always a cool pregame introduction with the whole light show going on here. So we will send it to ice level as we're ready to get this thing going here. Puck drops at 7:35 Central. Stick with us. Breakers and the Moccasins ready to go momentarily.
The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcast without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited.
please remain standing for the national anthem tonight, being performed tonight by our Moccasins own Chandler Garrett, signed by Kaylee Chambliss.
One of the cooler pregame introductions I've seen in the FPHL. Star Wars night here at the Monroe Civic Center. Josh Rosenzweig is looking to lead the dark side to victory here as they get ready to go. Matchup number 6 with the Monroe Moccasins. And matchup 1 of 7 in the next 5 weeks with these Monroe Moccasins. These teams will be getting very comfortable with each other. Appreciate everybody's patience. Getting ready to go. 7:35 puck drop here. Josh Rosenzweig going up against Gabe Rozak in his FPHL debut. But Rosenzweig with a record of 5-6-0-1 this season, an .877 save percentage and a 4.81 goals against average. He does have a shutout this season, but Rosie will certainly be the X factor for the Breakers tonight. If he's dialed in and can put together a stellar performance, Breakers might be able to earn a couple goals against a guy in his FPHL debut. So we'll see how this all unfolds. A couple changes to the Monroe Moccasins since the last time we were here. Henry Graham and Rich Parent no longer with the team. They've replaced them with Gabe Rozak and Nolan Egbert. Also a couple more additions, including Landon Johnson wearing number 11 and Jamie Dorsey wearing number 18. Leonard will take the face-off with Stefanini, ties it up, and we're underway from Monroe. My name's Devin Dobak, along with you. A Republic Finance first period. Rosenzweig slows it down behind the end line. Tim Payne gets his first touch, throws it over to Flanagan. Pikarczak's run into the wall from behind. Loose puck, Flanagan looking to go track it down, and the race is won by Landon Johnson. Johnson, 5'10", 185 out of Little Falls, Minnesota, made his FPHL debut on December 5th against the Zydeco. First FPHL point was an assist on the next night, December 6th, against the Zydeco as well. Breakers chip the puck in deep. Few seconds gone by here. Didn't have to keep the clock last weekend, forgive me, so a little behind in that regard, but now back up to speed and accurate for you. Puck is popped up in the air, almost sent out by Kyler Matthews, the assistant captain for the Moccasins. Drops it on back, and now here they come once again. Dubé Plouffe, a touch pass. Jared Christie, cross ice feed, back to Christie, taken down by Rosenbaum. Feed in front, Net comes off its bearings, and Rosenzweig makes the save. The Breakers dodge a bullet early. A 2-on-1, and just a little too cute that time between Liarakos and Christie. Christie has been stellar against the Breakers. Had a hat trick against them on November 23rd, his first FPHL hat trick, but just 1 point for him in his last 3 games played. Now playing in his 12th game, making it a dozen for the Moccasins. He's had 5 multi-point efforts in that span. Matthews' shot from the point, his pad save made by Rosenzweig. Dubé Plouffe, who's also had a lot of success we'll get into against the Breakers this season. Rosenzweig, another quick save. Trey Fisher re-signed again this week. Bunts it into the neutral zone. Charbonneau trying to track it down. Picked up below the end line by Corson Green. Swings it back on over to Kyler Matthews. 6 foot, 187. Out of Alliston, Ontario, Kyler Matthews, 27 years old. 53 penalty minutes for him this season. Top 3 ranks on the team. Monroe, a team who takes a lot of penalty minutes but has a good kill to back it up. Belant, touch pass to Albrecht. His quick shot blocked by Grant Bondi. When Bondi's on the ice, good things tend to happen. The highest rating and the only positive rating on the Breakers at +4 this season. Shot from the point through traffic. Another left pad save made by Rosenzweig. In the corner now, Schumacher controlling it. The captain drops it down low. Austin Albrecht pinned into the wall by Tim Payne. Centering feed, Belant tried to touch one on goal. Belant has been out since November 30th, playing in his first game since returning. Davidson couldn't poke it through the legs. Thornton caught offside, delayed offside. He'll have to forfeit the puck and retreat back to the bench. Breakers make a change. Albrecht. Pass down low for Casey Gerstein was deflected. Jordan Rosenbaum now breaks it out to Lucas Pikarczyk. In across the blue line. Pikarczyk on his backhand. Flips it in a little deeper. Recollects. Gives up to the top for Flanagan. Gabe Rozak has his first save as a Moccasin off that shot by Flanagan from the point there. 16:51, excuse me. Sorry, forgot the clock again. Get back in a habit for you. Dorsey with it now. Jamie Dorsey, an FPHL or an SPHL veteran, maybe numbers the other way now for the Breakers. Rosenbaum enters the line, closing in, shoots one. Glove save made by Rozak. And he gets a whistle, 16:37 to go. We mentioned Jamie Dorsey. Made his Mocs debut last weekend on December the 6th as well. Still searching for his first FPHL point. But a native of Wilbraham, Massachusetts, 6'2", 215 pounds. Wilbraham, about 10 minutes from my hometown of East Longmeadow. Small world the hockey world is. Liarakos sends it back down, rubs off Infantino's body check attempt. Charbonneau with a nice hit in the offensive zone for the Breakers as this one sent the full 200 feet. And we get another quick icing call. I mentioned 7 matchups in the next 5 weeks between the Breakers and the Moccasins. We've got tonight and tomorrow in Monroe, and then next weekend a home-and-home with the Moccasins. Friday night in Biloxi at 7 o'clock. The next night in Monroe at 7:05. And then these teams play at New Year's Eve right here in Monroe. And then January 15th and 16th back in Biloxi. Infantino, a clean face-off win. Spinelli at the point. Shoots, looking for a tip in front. Might have caught the outside of the post. Monroe now right to work, headed back the other way. They split through the Breakers' defense. Spinelli lays down. Rosenzweig hugging the post, makes another good stop. No shots tracker on the scoreboard here in Monroe tonight. Out at the point, Kyler Matthews. Sent one in, that was tipped by Christie, and now another awkward shot from a low angle by Liarakos. Rosenzweig made an uncomfortable looking save. Dubé Plouffe out to Liarakos, over to Matthews. He shoots one off the paddle of the stick of Rosenzweig, and now in front off the deflection by Infantino. Fisher looking to iron it out. And now loose puck will be settled by Green. Fisher forces a turnover in the offensive zone. He's in a dangerous spot as he's run into the wall by a pair of snakes. Tim Payne keeps it inside the blue line. Backhand feed to the middle. Davidson tried to punch it on goal. Curtis Hansen looking for Fisher, had his pass knocked away. Hansen back in the direction of Davidson. Flanagan calling for it, hit him right in the boots. Just handcuffed him a little bit. Nice move to pinch down low by Flanagan, but unfortunately passed just a little bit behind his bandwidth. Payne back to Flanagan. Thornton lost his stick and he goes back to retrieve it. Inside 15 minutes to go here. Republic Finance first period. My name's Devin Doback along with you. Down low, swinging all the way around is Albrecht. On out to Schumacher. His shot through traffic. Tipped in front maybe by Fernaris. Now a stretch pass out to Thornton. One-on-one. He moves in, has the puck poked away. Davidson. Nice hit into the wall on the near side. Leonard comes in to help in the 5-man scrum. Davidson digging it out of trouble. Leonard stapled into the boards by Frank Schumacher. Ties him up for a moment as now a dangerous move from out behind his own goal by Fernaris. Never want to take it into the slot area there. Conway on the back check, able to earn a turnover. On over for Brendan Spinelli, another Massachusetts native. Spinelli playing in his 4th game as a Breaker. As we head into our first media timeout, still no score from Monroe. Stick with us here. Breakers, Moccasins, Star Wars night. Where would you rather be? No score.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi. 14:02 to go, period 1. My name's Devin Doback along with you. Rosenbaum able to flip it out of the zone, but not to his forward group. Turner wraps it back on in. Rosenzweig behind the goal had his pass deflect off of Stefanini with a heavy forecheck up and into the seats. And another face-off will come at the 13:50 mark. Some lineup changes for the Breakers tonight, down 4 of their top 5 scorers. That includes Caden Henry, of course, who was listed as inactive, joining the Peoria Rivermen of the SPHL. Yaroyev Dokimov, the captain, still on the 15-day injured list. Aldi Nerlan out this weekend as well, and Cole Crowder out of the lineup as well. So 4 guys for Biloxi that have helped their offense out of the lineup tonight. It's going to be a lot of defense in Rosenzweig for this group. Down in the corner. Dorsey flips it back to open ice. Tim Payne in stride, peels it off the wall. Glides through a couple Moccasins, enters the zone to Charbonneau. Charbonneau drops it back for Fisher. Fisher sending one around the dasher in deep. Drop pass by Landon Johnson. Intercepted on a route to the puck by Fisher. Infantino hops into the miss as we approach the 13-minute mark. Belant up into the air for Flanagan. Flanagan swats it into the neutral zone for Charbonneau, and Charbonneau accepts a hit to backhand the puck in deep. Fernaris, who was very involved physically in the last game, making his presence felt early here tonight. But Carlos Fernaris, what a campaign he has had. A game or a point in every game that he's participated in. That's now 17 contests. The only time he did not have a point was November 29th against the Athens Rock Lobsters. Leads the team in assists with 21, shot percentage at a whopping 26.3%, and also power play goals with 3. Johnson, breakout pass into the middle. Dubé Plouffe in stride to Christie, on over for Liarakos, glove save, Rosenzweig. Liarakos had a little bit of daylight, but Rosenzweig has been solid early, making another quick stop, and this game stays scoreless. Rosenzweig has earned all 5 wins for the Breakers this season and has given them a chance to win in about 90% of his starts. And I say that because he was lifted from opening night against the Moccasins all the way back on October the 11th, right here in this same building, and of course pulled himself from the start against the Zydeco. But other than that, has given his team a chance night in and night out. Another quick stop for him. He's piling up the saves early on here. Take a look at the shot totals. 10-4 in favor of Monroe early on. Hansen will take the draw with Jared Christie, and he wins it back to Spinelli. He's shoved off the puck by Liarakos. Liarakos has it knocked away by Grant Bondi. Now into the middle. Dubé Plouffe's backhander is leaped on by Rosenzweig. Another quick whistle. Officials tonight, the referees are Todd Greenberg and Michael Ellis. Jonathan DeSalle and Brian Thurnauer are the linesmen. Last time these two teams met, of course, was a 7-1 or a 9-1 Monroe victory on November the 23rd. Yaroyev Dokimov received a 1-game suspension after some access. There's a tip-in goal for Christie. Shot from the point is deflected home. Rosenzweig stopped the first 11 he faced, but the 12th one gets him. Really nice tip in front by one of the Moccasins' emerging superstars, Christie's 10th of the season. So the Snakes fly in over the ice. We'll have to sit tight. It is loud in this building as all the Snakes that were flung on over will be cleaned on up. And we'll step aside for another quick timeout and be back in a moment.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
We welcome you back inside the Monroe Civic Center. My name's Devin Dobeck, along with you as the final few Snakes are escorted back to the dressing room. Monroe strikes first on a Jared Christie tip, and it was a nice one. Bounced the puck in by Rosenzweig. Taking a quick look around the league while we have a second. Athens and Petey locked up at 2 in the second. Indiana leapfrogs over Port Huron. They lead at 3-2 in the second. Danbury leads 2-1 over the Black Bears at home. A bit of an upset brewing there. Binghamton had a goal called back. Watertown leads Blue Ridge 3-1 in the second. In Virginia and Twin City on top of Columbus 1-0 that game in the second as well. The other game is Topeka and the Zydeco getting going momentarily. Conway picks the puck up off the wall. Sent out of the zone with a touch by Pikarczyk, and it's controlled by Eero Toivonen. Toivonen, 6'3", 190 out of Helsinki, Finland. Playing in his 10th game as a member of the Moccasins. Schumacher stands up Leonard after he gets the puck in deep. Conway swinging around below the end line, out to the point for Payne. Payne's shot right into the legs of Gerstein, and he's off to the races. Flanagan on the back check. Gerstein, backhand, scores. Casey Gerstein, who's had 3 straight multi-point efforts against the Breakers this season, scores his 3rd goal against their proximate foe and doubles the lead. It's 2-0. Tim Payne had a shot from the blue line that was blocked by Gerstein, and off he went. Declan Flanagan may have had a chance on the back check, but Rosenzweig tried to cut down the angle, and a really nifty-looking goal is scored by Monroe. It's 2-0. Breakers also without a huge physical presence in their lineup, and that's the 6'8" enforcer A.J. Schlepp, serving a 1-game suspension for an alleged spear against the Topeka Scarecrows. As we get another quick whistle down by Garrett Johnson on the end of the Breakers bench. 11:10 to go here, period 1. Monroe has scored a pair in about a minute. And the Breakers with work to do. As I mentioned, the Moccasins have scored at least 6 goals in each of their victories against the Breakers. 9 in the first, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and 9 in the fifth. Infantino and Fernaris on the draw, as Fernaris is asked to leave, and Infantino wins it in deep. Spinelli cue balls it on over for Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum door to door with Fernaris, who coils back up to the point, chipping it back down for Albrecht. Fernaris shielding the puck on his backhand. Rosenbaum shut down the passing lane and knocks it out of the zone. A big hit down in the corner, but Biloxi maintains control of the puck. Dumped in by Rosenbaum, high off the back windshield. Dorsey backhanding one on around for Stefanini. In stride to Albrecht. Bank pass. Curtis Hansen trying to find a new gear. Centering feed for Charbonneau. Just lost it off the toe of his stick there. Really good looking play by Curtis Hansen. Almost had a prime scoring area. Flanagan. Good wheels to break the route of Scantlebury and backhand the puck on over for Thornton. Thornton in a foot race. Dorsey is there first on the far side. Halfway home here, period 1 in Monroe, excuse me. Tim Payne across the blue line. Really good effort to shield the puck. He's got such poise. And in front, Tim Payne. Welcome back to the FPHL and welcome to Biloxi. Lights the lamp to avenge his miscue and make it a 2-1 hockey game. For Payne, just his 3rd career goal and now his 74th FPHL game. Back in the lineup, plays with such poise and pots a nice one there. Rozak breaks for the first time tonight, and Biloxi is on the score sheet, making it 2-1. Nice little boost for the Breakers there. Tim Payne, as I mentioned, a highly anticipated arrival, came in earlier this week and immediately has made his presence felt. But I don't think a lot of people thought it would be on the score sheet, maybe on the back end. How about Tim Payne? Tim Payne most recently was out in Romania playing professionally. Drive by Corson Green right into the logo of Rosenzweig, and with 9:31 to go, we get another media timeout. We'll take it. Hang on to your hats. 2-1, back and forth we go in Monroe.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
2-1's our score. 9.5 minutes to go here, period one. Moccasins win the faceoff. Dubé Plouffe skates it out to the point, turns it over to Leonard. Leonard looking to spring one free for Declan Conway, but the saucer pass out of his reach, and they'll elect that Corson Green had an extra couple toenails before Conway was there, and an icing brings the puck back to the Biloxi end. Tim Payne on his 5th FPHL team, played with the Delaware Thunder, Elmira River Sharks, Mississippi Seawolves, Watertown Wolves, and now the Biloxi Breakers. Spinelli out of his own end, plays it off the glass, looking to get it to Conway. Pikarczyk playing a little bit of soccer in by the center red line. Rosenbaum wheels it back around, looking for Conway. It bleeds through for quick shot by Kyler Matthews that missed everything. Green can't locate it. It's Andrew Ballant now, centering feed that's going to come all the way out back to the neutral zone where Frank Schumacher controls it. Albrecht, backhand feed for Ballant. Ballant, why not? From the near side wing, goes way wide, and now bumped out of the zone by Conway. Conway, diving effort to try and get it over to Pikarczyk. Came up just a little bit short. Really nice play by the veteran Schumacher. Payne gloves it down to himself. Stretching one out, looking for Trey Fisher. Fisher still looking for his first goal as a Biloxi Breaker. Knocked back into the zone. Payne waiting for Fisher to tag up, now enters across the blue line. Looking to center one, he's run over by Frank Schumacher. A really nice open ice hit that time. Infantino spoons one around the wall into the far corner. Fisher, a nice hit into Farnaris. Infantino, heavy forecheck. Fisher knocks the puck in deep. 7:50 to go here, period one. Our Republic Finance first period. No penalties for either side in the early part of this affair. Dubé Plouffe gives a slash to the back of Infantino. Infantino trying to trip him up. Got to be careful with the discipline here. Rosenzweig all over that one as Dubé Plouffe right up in Infantino's grill. And now those two will introduce themselves to one another. Infantino now takes an extra shot from Dubé Plouffe, and the officials are going to say no call. These two teams did not like each other, but on the point sheet, it's been all Monroe. Dubé Plouffe, I mentioned, has had a lot of success against the Breakers. 1 goal and 6 assists in 5 games against Biloxi. He only has 12 points on the season, but 7 of them have come against the Breakers. Keep an eye on those two. Should be pretty simple. 93 and 93. Infantino and Dubé Plouffe. Hansen and Christie on the face-off draw on the near side. It's won by Monroe. Dorsey looking for a shot pass to Jared Christie that goes awry. Bondi takes a hit from Dubé Plouffe, but gets it just barely over the blue line, and Rosenzweig will settle as the draw will come to the dot just outside the blue line. 7:22 to go. Hanson, Davidson, and Thornton the line out there with Spinelli and Grant Bondi the defensive pairing. Another face-off tie-up controlled by Ben Stefanini and the Moccasins. In deep for Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig tries to pass it out to Davidson. Thornton nudging it into the offensive zone, trying to reverse a hit and gave most of it off to Stefanini. Davidson centering backhand feed, broken up. Stefanini on over to Gerstein, who currently has the difference to make it 2-1. Spinelli. Nice reverse hit on Stefanini, a long shift for him, been bumped over a couple times. Tucker Scantlebury wheeling around on his backhand, spoons it down low. Rosenbaum couldn't collect it, now wins a puck battle behind his own end and shoots it out, gets through Matthews around the blue line, then Thornton spun down again. Physicality heating up in this one. Scantlebury leading a 3-on-3 charge. Payne, a nice job to sniff out that effort. Leonard shoves it in around the red line. And now Matthews, another shot from the neutral zone. Rosenzweig says thank you very much. A free save there. Conway looking to go on the inside. Steps around the check of Matthews. Now a turnover. Pikarczyk's backhander is saved by Rozak. Conway controlling it, shoots one, tried to surprise Rozak, go short side, and it was off. Inside 6 minutes to go here, period one. Fernaris back over to the far side. Pikarczyk's there with him. Drop pass for Schumacher. Schumacher in front. The rebound, Green shoots and scores. Rosenzweig not pleased. Net came off its bearing and created a lot more room to shoot at. We've seen these things happen before. For now, it's Corson Green picking up the goal to make it 3-1, but you might watch that back and say, well, Rosenzweig knocked the net off, but as a goaltender, there's a certain amount of pressure you can put against the post, or should be allowed to put against the post, in order for it to not fall off. And when you're sliding from right to left, it should not be the difference to knock the net off. That's very frustrating for a goaltender. As Rosenzweig now will have to recollect himself. Monroe makes it 3-1. Infantino on a 5-game point streak himself. The Whitesboro, New York native. On over to Charbonneau, the rebound. Trey Fisher on the doorstep with his first of the season. Gets it right back for Biloxi. And it's 3-2. Welcome back to the lineup, Trey Fisher. And the Breakers not going away quietly here. Some good resilience. Fisher getting minutes on that second line with all these injuries and whatnot going on with the Breakers lineup, and checks in on the score sheet with a nice goal there. Now a 2-game point streak for himself. Last game he played in, earned his first point as a Breaker with an assist. Score is 3-2 Biloxi now. As there's another broken twig down in front of the Monroe bench. It's Jamie Dorsey who's going to need a new weapon. Rosenzweig was headed to the bench. Five minutes, 14 seconds to go. Monroe is all of a sudden had the wind taken out of their sails here, as Monroe's given a 2-minute penalty for slashing. And it's a walk-on's power play coming up. As off the face-off, Biloxi controls the puck. Conway on over to Charbonneau. Charbonneau above the circle for Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum shot deflected in front a couple times and sent back around for Conway. It's a walk-on's power play, as I mentioned. Now Conway from the top of the key swings it back over Pikarczyk. His quick shot into the knees of the defender in Corson Green. And now a tie-up to kill some of that precious penalty time off the clock. as the referees will say puck frozen, and that takes us into our final media timeout of period number 1. We will take it and be back in a moment. 3-2 from Monroe.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Trey Fisher gets one back for the Breakers. They trail 3-2 as we head into our final 5 minutes of the first period here. On the score sheet, 7:46, Christie from Leo Rocos and Matthews. Then Gerstein at 8:31 unassisted. Payne at 10:11 unassisted. Green at 14:15 from Scantlebury and Fernaris. And then 13 seconds later, it's Fisher from Infantino. Infantino extends his point streak to 6 games now. Breakers still on the power play. Hansen a little trouble handling it on the far side as Monroe is able to clear it the full 200 feet. Darius Davidson through the neutral zone, across the blue line, drops it back for Thornton, who catches it in stride. Thornton swinging it back around for Infantino, on to Flanagan for Davidson. Davidson with room, shoots one. Right off the shoulder of Rozak. Puck still alive, Hansen working to get it out to the point. Davidson does. Infantino, smooth pass for Flanagan, whose quick shot is held by Rozak. And now Thornton pushing and shoving as there's another punch to the face right outside the blue paint. Kyler Matthews wants to drop the gloves with Thornton. Looks like that will not happen just now. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go, period 1. Breakers with another 31 seconds, a man up on the penalty that was assessed to Jamie Dorsey for slashing. Face-off is one back to Conway. On for Rosenbaum, who finds Charbonneau. Charbonneau, saucer pass, blew up on Conway, retains possession, goes all the way around. Pikarczyk lets it by to Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking for Leonard. That gets through everyone, and Schumacher sends it out. Austin Albrecht, a shorthanded threat always. His 3 shorthanded goals are tied for the league lead. Leonard looking down low for Charbonneau. Moccasins are back to full strength. The Breakers on the walk-ons power play can't do much with it. Inside our 3-minute mark now, as Monroe right back to work with even numbers. Held on to by Fernaris. His centering feed gets pinballed around and now will be recontrolled by Monroe in the O-zone. Turnover, Carter Thornton catches a flat-footed Matthews. Carter Thornton's in all alone. He gets hit up high. This should be a penalty shot. We'll see what the indication is from the officials, but he just took a slash to the face in all alone. And Thornton grabbing at his face as Monroe trying to provoke him. This should be a penalty shot for Carter Thornton. See what the officials elect to say. They're going to call a high stick on Kyler Matthews, and he'll be sent off. Breakers right back to the power play. I think that should be a shot. Nonetheless, the Breakers will take it. And they go a man up here. Carter Thornton has done such a good job of generating scoring opportunities, but just things like that. A bad-looking penalty there. have really stunted his scoring production. Charbonneau banking it out to Rosenbaum. Good puck possession in the last few minutes by the Breakers. Out at the point, Rosenbaum, nice keep in between the boots. Conway's quick shot might have been tipped by Pikarczyk in front and swung back all the way around and through the neutral zone. Leaning over the bench was Liarakos as if to field it like a shortstop. Conway, saucer for Rosenbaum, moving to his backhand. Now on over for a quick shot by Leonard into the defense of Schumacher, and now banked out all the way back down to Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig settles the puck, dusts it off, and leaves it for Rosenbaum. Inside 2 minutes to go in our Republic Finance first period. Carter Thornton over the line, moves to his backhand, a great deke that time. Shooting one, tried to go low, but a nice shot block on the back end by Landon Johnson. Stretching it back out to Thornton. Gives back for Declan Flanagan. Flanagan spoons it around for Infantino. Infantino right back to Thornton, and the Breakers will go to work. Thornton, area pass out of the bandwidth of Infantino. Davidson almost caught offside. Albrecht gives it away. Hansen creates a turnover. Infantino pokes it for Thornton, and now into the offensive zone goes Davidson. Up off the window. Hansen thought about stepping up, and now Monroe right to work. Closing in, here's Scantlebury, his quick shot, saved by Rosenzweig. Thornton backhands it over to Hansen. 20 seconds to go on the walk-on's power play. As Thornton now is going to get into it with Scantlebury, a little more pushing and shoving as he hops back onto the bench. Fernaris, what a spinorama move in on Rosenzweig, and now Infantino trying to poke it out. A couple good shorthanded looks for Monroe that time. Now a 3-on-2 for the Breakers was developing. Infantino goes out for a change, and the Breakers will recollect back in their own end. Tim Payne with it. 25 seconds to go. Pikarczyk through the legs looking for Leonard. Leonard drags it into the offensive zone, hits the brakes at the circle. Saucer pass, Spinelli's quick shot goes off of the windshield, and now the Moccasins with 5 seconds, maybe one last push. Watch out for Liarakos on the far side as Conway bunts it on up, and that will do it for period one. An entertaining one. 5 goals between these two teams. Monroe made it 2-0, but the Breakers have traded with them since. 3-2's our score as we head into our first intermission report. We'll hear from AJ Schlepp on Breaker Banner coming up in the intermission. First half of his interview now, second half in the second intermission. And if you're going to leave to go watch another game in the intermission, I would highly recommend staying for the second half in the second intermission for AJ Schlepp's interview. Some really cool content we got in there for you. So if you're leaving us now, please be back for the second intermission, or else stick with us. We'll be back. 40 more minutes. Moccasins Breakers coming at you. All right, as promised, AJ Schlepp joins the panel. Schlepper, happy to have you on with us on Breaker Banner.
Thanks for having me.
Well, take us through the beginning of your hockey career. You grew up in an OHL town, Medicine Hat, Alberta. Take us through growing up and learning the game up in Canada.
Yeah, it's actually a Western League town, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I started playing hockey pretty late. I started playing at 12 years old. Was like my first official year of playing hockey, kind of a later bloomer. Just fell in love with it right away. The Tigers are super big Western League team in Medicine Hat, so I was going to games like pretty early on. Knew exactly, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, I just grew up playing my minor hockey from 12 years old till juniors. So that's the gist of it for sure.
So you played the game your whole life. Who were your early mentors or coaches, people that you looked up to early in your career to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, so when I talk about the Tigers, Emerson Edom was a huge guy that one of my idols that I looked up to. I was always just drawn to the tough guys on that team. Jake Doty, Cole Gerbervac, Cale Kessie. So that really molded kind of my style of play and just the hockey that I enjoy. So
So it's no secret you got a little bit of size to you, 6'8", currently weighing in around 210. But growing up, when you had that kind of size with you, was it a bit of an advantage or a disadvantage? I mean, some people might think it's an advantage because you're the biggest kid out there, but I'm sure it also leads to some more penalties and things that make it a little tougher.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I joke all the time, like with my buddies, that I just kind of did what I wanted. I could score, I could hit, I could do it all. But yeah, once I got older to midget, I think that my body was kind of underdeveloped. I was gangly, went through a big growth spurt in that age, so that definitely made it a little bit tougher for those times in that age. But when I was younger, it definitely helped for sure.
So when you hit that midget level, how tall were you and comparatively to the rest of your teammates and opponents?
Yeah, we laugh at all the photos, like, early on, just like I always towered over in team pictures or even like on the bench and stuff. But I think I was around 6'5", like 170 pounds soaking wet. So I was definitely a different looking cat for sure.
So growing up as well up in Canada, did you have a favorite NHL team or player growing up?
Yeah, I was a big Oilers fan, still am. I know we're kind of in a tough spot right now, but yeah. As for a favorite player, I was always a big Ovi fan for some reason. Like, I was just drawn to him, so that's a little out of the box, but those are my two top NHL teams and favorite players growing up. So.
Hard not to like Ovechkin. He's one of the most likable guys ever in the NHL. It's a tough guy not to like, and he's a leader, so you got to love him. But did you play any other sports growing up? Were there other things you did off the ice?
Yeah, I was a big baseball player. I was a pitcher, first baseman, so if I wasn't, I always joked that I would have gone pro in baseball regardless. So I come from a big music family, so music was just a huge thing growing up. So that's my other hidden talent, if you want to say.
No kidding. Are you a singer? Are you play an instrument? Or?
I do it all, man.
You do it all. All right, we're going to have to hear some of that at some point. Maybe we'll do a special on the Jumbotron coming
100%,
up.
100%.
AJ Schlepp Sounds or something like that.
Sing the national anthem. You never know.
There you go. That would fire the people up. But so we flash forward to 2017-18 now. You're a part of 3 different teams in that span. Were you trying to figure out the path that you wanted to take? Why was it so on the go at this point in your career?
Yeah, I just think that, like I said, kind of in that age, I was tall, but I didn't have much weight to me. I was kind of like uncoordinated, so it was just an interesting time, just trying to like develop my body and everything like that. I didn't really know too much about the gym at that time. I also think that I had a lot of paths I could have went, and I just wasn't mature enough for those paths at the time. So, yeah.
So flashing forward to COVID time after a few seasons there, so you go to Briarcrest College? Briarcrest College. Yeah. Spent 2 seasons there before transferring out. Can you speak to your time there and how it shaped your career, your 2 seasons at Briarcrest?
Yeah, I look back like pretty fondly on those times in college. I discovered the gym. My coach was really hard on me, which, sometimes it sucked, but definitely molded me to be an actual player. And so, yeah, college was definitely huge in developing, like I said, my size, my coordination and everything like that. So,
do you feel like there's anything you wish you would have done differently going back to college your first 2 seasons there before transferring? Or did you leave it all out on the table and it was just time to take the next step?
Yeah, so, if my coach quit actually after 2 years, he just wanted to spend more time with his family. But if he would have stayed at that school, I probably would have been there for all 5 years. After he quit, I just decided, maybe it's time to move on from this organization and go to another institution. But yeah, that's basically it.
So from there, you wind up at Portage College in 2023 to 24. How was that experience playing at Portage different from your time at Briarcrest?
Yeah, it started off tough. I was ineligible for the first semester, and I was battling injuries at the time too. But yeah, it was definitely, I came in, more developed and understanding the game, and it was huge. I got to play a handful of games in that second semester. I feel like I was, more of a leader on that team. And yeah, overall, it was definitely a good experience for sure.
So are you happy with your decision and where you wound up going after your time at Briarcrest? No regrets there?
Absolutely.
Shifting gears here now. So what was the favorite part of your college career? One last college question. Your 3 seasons across 2 schools. What was your favorite part?
I think that in college, like, you're there for the whole year, like, regardless. I think you make some pretty special bonds in college. You know, I look back on all the stories and all the fun that we had. Briarcrest, we were definitely a closer group for sure. I remember one of the first, you know, team retreats that we took. Everyone sat around the campfire and kind of like got to know each other, you know, their ins and outs, and you know, it's not usually pretty common that they do that. So that there's definitely, you know, a lot of good memories in college for sure.
So shifting now to 2024 to 25, you play 15 games in the RHL for the Nanton Palominos.
Yeah.
You have 6 goals, 7 assists there. Arguably the most success offensively in your career came in that span in the RHL. What was working so well for you?
Yeah, I just think that my coach Butler he solidified a role for me on the third, second line. I'd bounce to the first line sometimes, and he just had belief in me and let me play my game. And I think that, you know, I was able to produce and have a pretty successful year. So,
how was the RHL different from playing collegiate?
Yeah, I mean, it's more relaxed. I think senior AA guys are kind of coming from college or kind of more done, whether that's pro or college or whatever they're doing. It's a lot more relaxed for sure, you know, but it's definitely a tough league. Like, you know, guys are still, as much as they are relaxed or done with whatever career in pro and college, like, they're still ready to go. So, you know.
Yeah. And it brought you to your professional career, which is where this journey has led us right now. So,
absolutely.
This season, you turn pro. You had training camp with the Monroe Moccasins. You wind up with the Port Huron Prowlers to make your debut. Take us through what was going through your head making your professional debut in the FPHL.
Yeah, obviously getting traded from training camp, it was a little unexpected, but I got the call from Graham and Pauly, and they had, you know, big expectations for me to come to Port Huron and kind of make a statement there, fighting Jesse Swanson, of course. And yeah, it was just kind of like a whirlwind. I was like, all right, we're in it. You know, I get out there at the red line where me and Jesse Swanson are just going right at it right away, and it was just like, all right, it's time to man up and kind of do this. And, you know, I think it was 3 seconds into my first pro, you know, game, I was dropping the gloves, and, you know, I wouldn't want it any other way, so.
Yeah, for those that don't know, so Danbury and Port Huron played last season. Port Huron knocked out Danbury on the road, and afterwards, Ben Brockway went to the Rabbit at center ice. And correct me if I'm wrong anywhere here, Schlepp, but he planted his stick as if to kill it, and you don't touch another team's logo. It's kind of a respect thing. So
absolutely.
Danbury took a lot of exception to it, and then all of a sudden you join the Prowlers. They bring on their big enforcer from Danbury, and you're baptized right into the situation.
Absolutely,
like, you're already a part of this developing rivalry. Did you have that prior knowledge from last season coming in to Port Huron? Like, did you know this was going to go unfold, or did it catch you off guard?
Yeah, kind of in that time. Like, I saw, you know, the end of that series and when he did plant the flag, and then all throughout the summer they were just pumping that on the Instagram, and kind of, you know, the B-Way planting the flag was just everywhere. So when I was in Monroe, like, I was watching that, and I was like, holy, like, they got a big game. Like, that first game, like, you know, Danbury's gonna come hard, and I was like, they need a guy. So I kind of had a feeling that maybe I'd get a call for it, but, you know, yeah, I saw it everywhere for sure.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores, that's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back inside the Monroe Civic Center. Our interview was a little bit longer, so we're not going to get to go through this too much, but let's go quickly through our intermission numbers. Score 3-2, shots 19-10 Monroe. Breakers over 2 on the man advantage. And the only penalties that have been in the game, our intermission summary now we'll get into. Christie scored at 7:46 to make it 1-0. Gerstein just 45 seconds later made it 2-0 with his fifth. Then Payne got one to make it 2-1, followed by Green scoring at 14:15 to make it 3-1, and then Trey Fisher with his first of the season at 14:28, just 13 seconds after that, makes it 3-2. Back underway here in Monroe. Breakers now headed from left to right, the Moccasins from right to left. About 20 seconds gone by here. Rosenzweig plays it on over to Declan Conway. It's our Aaron's second period. And they have that Fiesta graphic in the corner on the feed they give us in Monroe, so that's why you're seeing an extra sponsor up there, but we'd rather not block it out because it just takes away from Aaron's. So our Aaron's second period. Here's Jamie Dorsey. On over to Scantlebury. Scantlebury turns it over to Rosenbaum. Thought about a quick pass, takes his time, and then slings it off the wall for Infantino to chase. Let's go Moccasins. Murmur starting to get going. Infantino looking in front, and Fisher right in the blue paint almost shoveled another one home. Trey Fisher and Dylan Infantino's chemistry has been tangible tonight. Fisher's centering attempt looking back for Infantino is stolen away and sent out of the zone by Fernaris. Rosenbaum back into the neutral area. Minute and a half into our second period as Fisher bangs it down low. Landon Johnson's the first one there. Drops it off to Austin Albrecht, the points leader for the Moccasins with 32. 14 goals and 18 assists for Albrecht, who's emerging as a front runner for one of the FPHL All-Star teams. Carter Thornton, a nice back check to snuff that one out. Out at the point, Green on over for Matthews. Matthews, quick shot, the rebound went through the legs of Dubé Plouffe, but he had some daylight on the back post. Curtis Hansen on over to Thornton. Thornton reverses the hit, lost the puck in the process. Able to bat it back to his forehand. Hansen goes to the net. Davidson's one-timer, the rebound backhanded on goal. Rozak, another quick save. 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone by. 3-2 Moccasins, a 3-on-1 emerging. Lone defender is Bondi. Albrecht on over, they score. A quick on-ice feed for the one-timer, and we'll see who leads the line. Appears to be Jared Christie. with his second of the night. And the Moccasins have their 2-goal margin back. It's 4-2. Jared Christie has had so much success this season against the Biloxi Breakers. We talked about that in period 1, but another big goal here, and the Lightsabers are pretty fired up. Leonard and Christie will take the ensuing draw. We're back underway, a 4-2 game now. Bondi gloves it down, looking back for Conway. Conway couldn't walk on past Dubé Plouffe. He finds Liarakos, Yanni Liarakos. Backhand feed in front, Rosenzweig with a big time save on the one-timer right from the slot area. Monroe is the definition of quality and quantity, at least against the Breakers this season, but Rosenzweig has stopped everything that he should. It's just these odd man rushes, and Monroe, such good chemistry together, have really been a force to reckon with. Trey Fisher shooting one because why not in on Rozak. He gloves it on down and chips it back where Infantino's there to settle it. Infantino lost a hold of it. Now a 3-on-1 again for the Moccasins. Christie for Dubé Plouffe. And Dubé Plouffe couldn't handle the pass. Charbonneau looking back for Fisher, sends it in deep, and an icing is awarded, bringing the draw back to Rosenzweig's side of things. It was an entertaining first period. We saw a few physical fireworks after the whistle, but not a whole lot brewing. The only 2 penalties were assessed to Monroe. Breakers did nothing with their 4 minutes of power play time in that opening frame. Charbonneau on the wall. Sent back in by Scantlebury. Rosenbaum didn't look like he was full speed headed to that puck. Loses the race, but luckily his defense able to help him out there. Scantlebury in across the blue line. Working around Flanagan, and that one deflects off of Rosenzweig up into the seats. 16:35 in period number 2. Monroe is a solid team all around. They give you a Florida Panthers type vibe with physicality, scoring, and a lot of veteran leadership. So far, that's been very prevalent against a Breakers group, playing a little bit short-handed without some of their top guys, but Biloxi has hung with them here. Hansen into the skates of Carter Thornton. It deflects on over to Davidson, who sends it in deep. Thornton will win the race to avoid the icing. Landon Johnson moves it on over for Stefanini. Now Scantlebury moving to his backhand. Bondi closes off his angle, and now Spinelli spins it back the other way. Brendan Spinelli, nice reverse hit into Jamie Dorsey. Not afraid of them. Couple Massachusetts natives getting into it there. And now Monroe heads back to work the other way. Here's the dangerous Fernaris crossing over against Flanagan. Gerstein's feet just out of the reach, and now a save in front. Davidson trying to find a new gear, going 1-on-2 at the end of his shift. He'll enter the zone and hold. Looking on over for Flanagan. Flanagan looking to run back on over Albrecht. Took him out down low. Officials' arms stay in their pockets. Tim Payne meanders through a couple snakes and will chip it in deep so he can get back to his defensive spot. Out at the point, Payne's quick shot. Blocked away by Rozak. Leonard there has his stick lifted for a moment. Chip back in where Green plays it to Leonard. Conway and Leonard collide there for a moment. Puck is poked free. Pikarczyk stepped up to take it from Belant, who's had a quiet evening. And now Albrecht in across the blue line, surveying for an option. Coils back out to the point, and Rosenbaum takes it away. Rosenbaum couldn't find a lane to get it to Conway and will take it himself. Through a couple snakes he goes. Rozak around the wall where Pikarczyk's there to grab it. Rosenbaum trying to go short side, and a nice save made by Rozak. Conway was flashing to the back door, but a good looking opportunity for Jordan Rosenbaum there. As Spinner now, a little pushing and shoving with Green. Hops back into the play, headed back to the near side. Spent a little bit of time without a whistle, and I can always tell that when my iPad that controls the clock times out on me. Next whistle will be our first media timeout of period 2. Toivonen shot. Pad save made by Rosenzweig. Fisher blew an edge. And now backdoor feed as the Moccasins have the whistle blown. And Dubé Plouffe looks to say, who, me? And he's going to go for a trip. Maybe when he took down Fisher. And the Breakers head back to the walk-ons power play when we return. 4-2 Moccasins. We'll be back in a moment right here in Monroe.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Breakers headed to their third walk-ons power play of the evening. Hello and welcome to everybody joining us. My name's Devin Dobek with you on Breakers TV on YouTube, Sportfy 106.3, Super Talk Mississippi, and at walk-ons in D'Iberville for our watch party. Rosenbaum. Backhand feed on over. Conway's drive is not all the way through, blocked down by Johnson. Good forecheck by Leonard, wins it back to Pikarczyk, looking in front, centering feeds taken away and sent on out. Moccasins also without Rasmus Asp tonight, serving a 2-game suspension. Another physical force on their back end was the FPHL Defenseman of the Year once upon a time. Rosenbaum just barely loses it as the puck leaks over the blue line. Rosenbaum again after Conway takes the hit, gets it back to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk for Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking cross ice for Conway. And it will be cleared once again by Monroe. Penalty kill unit hovering around 90% this season. That is towards the top of the league ranks and the #1 kill in the Continental Division. Carter Thornton lets the puck clang off the wall and leads the charge over the blue line. Thornton to his forehand, on over to Flanagan. Flanagan's quick shot off the leg of Scantlebury. Caroms for Darius Davidson. Right back to work come the Snakes. 2-on-2 short-handed. Scantlebury and Sam Turner, who we haven't called his name too much. Scantlebury, veteran IQ play, skates it back to his D-zone where Schumacher bleeds some more clock with Toivonen, sending it the 200 feet. 12.5 minutes to go in our second period of action. Another 22 seconds on the minor to Dubé Plouffe for tripping. Davidson over the line. Looking in front for Infantino, intercepted by Toivonen, and sent down once more. Rosenzweig around the wall for Flanagan. Flanagan to Conway, who will wheel around in his own end. Get it back to Grant Bondi. Bondi shoves it for Thornton. Thornton lost control of the puck. Leonard kicks it back to Thornton, looking in front, and it just blew up on the blade of his stick with both Conway and Thornton there in front. Moccasins are back to full strength. Breakers 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. Leonard working in a puck battle with Albrecht. It comes down to Conway. Conway shoved over by Toivonen. Picked back up by Leonard. Bouncing puck settled by Albrecht. Looking to spring free Dubé Plouffe. Fresh out of the box. Albrecht right around Pikarczyk. Walking in, cross ice feed. Backdoor, they score. A tic-tac-toe play finished by the captain, Frank Schumacher. And the Moccasins make it 5-2 on Schumacher's 4th of the season. He's now up to 16 points in his 25-26 campaign, his second year as the captain of Monroe. And now 9 of those 16 points have come against the Breakers. A solid first period for Biloxi, but still the Demons on the defensive back end have been their kryptonite all season. Come back to bite them again here, period 2. So noise dies down. It does get that loud in here. So if you're starting to hear me overcrowded by the Moccasins, it's because it literally is that loud. Our crowd mic volume is significantly lower than the headset volume, and these fans love their hockey here in Monroe as Spinner takes a hard hip check on the far side wall and goes down. He's one tough customer though. Closing in on the 10.5-minute mark. Fisher on the forecheck, trying to win a puck battle. Knocked it free, but it finds its way to Liarakos. He can't chip it out of the zone. Jarbonneau able to keep it, and it heads back over to Spinelli. Spinelli right back to Liarakos. Here come the Moccasins again. Turner's quick shot missed everything as Rosenzweig trying to clear out his own crease. Christie had a hold of him, and now it's a hold on, we'll see who. Rosenzweig standing over Jared Christie. And we'll see who the guilty party is. Josh Rosenzweig with 6 penalty minutes this season, and he just drew one, as Christie will be the guilty party headed to the box. Rosenzweig is a lot more aggressive than a lot of goaltenders, and he lives and dies by that. As I mentioned, has drawn a few penalty minutes against himself, but that time able to earn one against Monroe, and the Breakers with a goal can climb back into this and make it a hockey game. Power play unit for the Breakers out there right now is Flanagan, Davidson, Hansen, Thornton, and Infantino. Approaching the midway point here in period number 2. Face-off is one back for Flanagan. His quick shot is steered aside by Rozak. Hansen picks it up off the wall, forces it back to Thornton as he accepts a check. Thornton on over in the direction of Davidson. Finds its way to Infantino, shielding the puck, able to just barely spoon it for Declan Flanagan. Right back down to his former Watertown Wolves teammate in Infantino. And finally sent out by the Snakes. Hansen settles it on the forehand and puts it through a couple of his forwards, and that one will go down for an icing. So our next media timeout, we'll take it. 5-2 Monroe with a pair in the second, starting to blow this thing open. Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport. Breakers back on the power play again here. Another minute 20 to go on Jared Christie's minor for holding. Flanagan out of the reach of Hansen. Breakers able to catch their breath in the media timeout. Hansen taken down again by Sam Turner. This should be a delayed call, and it is. Curtis Hansen with his former Mississippi Seawolves teammate Sam Turner gets acquainted, and Turner's going to be escorted to the box, and it'll be a 5-on-3, a golden opportunity for Biloxi. This is the opportunities they have to start capitalizing on. Also, while we have a minute here, I'd like to share some news. We are very, very honored and excited. December 19th, our next home game, Gulfport football. The 7A state champs will be in the house in Biloxi, so come out and support Gulfport football. Congratulate them on their state championship victory. We'll have them on the ice before the game. It will be pretty cool to honor them. Really looking forward to that. Come out, check it out. And should be a fun night just a few days before Christmas. Breakers get a big face-off win. Step 1 completed. Conway for Rosenbaum. Breakers looking to back in the Moccasins. Conway with it in his skate, shoots one. Blocker save made by Rozak. Pikarczyk took his eyes off the puck, almost trouble. Charbonneau in front, shoots one. Held onto by Rozak. Another whistle and a face-off as Charbonneau's stick snapped on him, looking to get that shot away. Nothing worse than when your equipment gives out. Upset alert in the FPHL. The last place Indiana Sentinels take down the second place Port Huron Prowlers on the road. Big win for the Sentinels, their third of the season. Rosenbaum, slap pass down for Charbonneau, back to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum's shot goes well wide, all the way back out to Conway. Inside 9 minutes to go here in the second. 30 more seconds of 5-on-3. Charbonneau has his shot go wide again. No goal, say the officials. Pretty emphatic about it as well. Rosenbaum, his slap shot, rebound is sent on out. Another dozen seconds on the Christie penalty, and then it'll be 5-on-4. Conway, back across for Thornton. Touch pass for Pikarczyk. And now another giveaway. Conway back over to Thornton as he touches up onside. It's 5-on-4 now. Pikarczyk run into the wall in the back of the numbers as this one will go the full 200. Jared Christie's the first one there. Rosenzweig baiting him and then swings it back around for Hansen. Hansen for Rosenbaum. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Rosenbaum on for Hansen. Hansen will dump it in to go chase. 20 seconds to go on the Sam Turner minor for tripping. Breakers will fall to 0 for 5 on the power play if they can't convert here. Moccasins have not had a power play of their own either tonight. 6-man scrum in the corner. Monroe does a great job to tie it up. This will bleed out the final moments of the walk-ons power play. As now some physicality. Davidson gets into it with Dorsey. Now some fisticuffs going. Davidson taking exception. Dorsey pinned against the wall. Davidson sticking up for his teammate. Down in the corner is Dylan Infantino. He's back up to his knees. This should be another penalty coming. Jamie Dorsey with a dirty looking hit down in the corner, and this should be an extra couple minutes for him. Sometimes in those scrums, guys just get frustrated and impose their will on the opponent. Infantino skates back off to the bench. He is okay. Talking with Charlie Penns now, and now he's going to skate on over to the officials and plead his case for an extra couple minutes at least. Scary looking hit there. Glad to see that Infantino's okay. As I mentioned, he's been one of the bright spots for Biloxi. 6-game point streak for him, extended tonight on the assist on the Trey Fisher goal. Davidson sticking up for Infantino after the hit. Got into it with a very big Jamie Dorsey. Dorsey 6'2", 215. Out of Wilbraham, Massachusetts. and so we'll see how this all works. It looks like an extra 2 minutes will be given to Jamie Dorsey for boarding. Or cross-check is the official ruling, so the Breakers will get their 6th power play opportunity of the evening. Head right back to work. Tensions beginning to boil here in Monroe. 5-2 is our score. Monroe, a highly penalized team. They're up to now 12, well, plus the extra 5 there. 17, so they've hit the 500 threshold. They're at 503 on the season. That's second only to the Port Huron Prowlers in the entire league. Port Huron has, I'd have to go and check again because I didn't believe the number the last time I read it, but I believe it was in the 600s, maybe even 7. Declan Conway from his own end, the former Moccasin, gives to Xavier Charbonneau, the rookie. Charbonneau squeezes his way past Matthews, gets it over to his roommate Pikarczyk. Conway's quick shot into Leonard's legs. Leonard gets a touch pass from Pikarczyk, back out to Conway for Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum's pass deflected, settled back again by Conway, swatted in the direction of Rozak and offline. Matthews stretching one for Fernaris. Rosenbaum stepped up to keep it in, and now Rosenswag will sweep it back around for Conway. Conway snaps it to Leonard, a little trouble handling it as Monroe sweeps it right back on out of the zone. Inside 6.5 to go. Moccasins with the only 2 goals in the frame, another 50 seconds on the power play for the Breakers. They're 4th in the frame. Have not had much sustained pressure though in this middle 20 minutes. Shots on goal are 5-5 in the second period, 26-18 in the game in favor of the Snakes. Fisher doing it himself, drops it back looking for Thornton. Thornton's quick stick lift, lost the puck, and it slides by the wall press of Infantino back into the Breakers' end. Hansen banking one for Fisher at the blue line. Fisher holding and snapping a pass across to Infantino. Infantino thought about running Schumacher into the wall, and he'll go out for a change. Rosenswag gives back to Flanagan as the Mocs are back to full strength. Sent in deep, Matthews sweeps it around. Carter Thornton couldn't sneak by Stefanini with the puck. And Gerstein will send it ahead for Liarakos. Matthews inside the blue line, shooting one. That goes wide, misses everything. Spinelli gloving it down to himself. He'll lead the charge. Saucering one for Pikarczyk. Knocked away, and Liarakos will settle it. Pikarczyk runs Liarakos into the wall. Yanni Liarakos coming into tonight, 433 career points, 154 goals, 279 assists across 288 games played in the FPHL. Inside the final 5 minutes as this one will go for an icing and take us to our final media timeout of the frame. We'll take it. Moccasins lead it 5-2. We'll be back.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
.426 to go in the second period of action. My name's Devin Dobeck from high above the ice here in the Monroe Civic Center. Breakers trail 5-2. Back and forth first period, and not a whole lot of offense as far as shots go in the second, but Monroe with the two that count, and both of them were good goals. Pass to the near side, Toivonen slaps it in to Rosenzweig. Toivonen keeps it inside the blue and sends one. Rosenzweig may have gotten a piece of it. Schumacher collides with Fisher, and the puck is sent outward. Conway able to break up the rush. Brewing for Landon Johnson. Or excuse me, that's Andrew Ballant. Fernaris had his pass deflected. Spinelli. Now Albrecht almost had a chance to reel it in and make a move on Rosenzweig. Ballant centering pass, walking in. Toivonen shot. Missed everything, a prime scoring area, especially with the screen on Josh Rosenzweig. Now Fisher with it, trying to kick it from reverse into drive. Down low, Albrecht, centering feed, knocked away by Rosenzweig. Falls downward, Fisher gives it back to Infantino, who kicks it into the neutral area, battling with Fernaris. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Conway. And now slowing things down, here's Corson Green. Green, the SUNY Potsdam product, playing at the NCAA Division III level back in 21-22. Prior to that was with the Connecticut Huskies at the Division I level. Infantino and Dubé Plouffe nose to nose with each other, and Dubé Plouffe gives Infantino a cross check. Are they gonna let that just happen? I understand having a conversation with someone, but to just throw cross checks just to throw them is just dirty hockey. Infantino staring down Dubé Plouffe as we get ready for the next draw. Below the end line, here's Corson Green breaking it out to Learakos, who touches it to Christie. Spinorama pass to Dubé Plouffe. Rosenbaum sends it in deep for Infantino. Infantino locks it up in the wall. Rosenbaum shoved off the puck by Learakos, trying to get back involved in there. Learakos comes away with a loose change. Out to the point, Green's quick shot. Tipped in front by Christie. And Tim Payne's there to rescue it and start the charge the other way. Payne on over to Fisher. Touch pass looking for Thornton. Not on the same wavelength that time. And Dubé Plouffe right back to work. Infantino on the back check as it comes in on Rosenzweig. And now another cross check as Infantino goes down this time, looking to draw another call. Payne took exception to it, and now everybody's starting to find a dance partner. Thornton involved. Infantino has taken two cross checks from Dubé Plouffe, and they have not given a penalty, as now Rosenzweig shoots the puck at Corson Green, and this is starting to get a little feisty. Gliding out to the red line now is Gabe Rozak, or actually he's just going to get the puck. Green calling out Rosenzweig. Rozak stays at the blue line, and there is a lot more personnel on the ice than there should be, as Corson Green is escorted to the box with 2:10 left to go. Scantlebury and Infantino chatting with the official, as the Breakers will head back to a walk-ons power play. Be nice to get a nice little energy boost with a goal here as the conversations will continue. An aggressive style of game that the Moccasins play, as now Curtis Hansen is going to go to the box, likely for Josh Rosenzweig, who shot the puck at Green. Have to imagine that's what it's for. And so no walk-ons power play. Davidson will head back to the bench. Infantino and Schumacher continuing to chat with the officials. For now, it looks like 4-on-4 unless they just say matching penalties and we'll play 5-on-5. It's got to be difficult to ref a Moccasins game because of all the antics. As now another snake is headed to the box. This appears to be Jamie Dorsey again. Dorsey not looking to take that step in, waiting to get a full explanation before he has to serve the time. Remember what happened even in a 7-1 affair back on the 23rd, and all-out chaos broke out after a whistle. Similar things happening here tonight. And I'm sure AJ Schlepp, coming back from his one-game suspension, is back in Biloxi right now, starting to chew on some nails and get ready for these Moccasins tomorrow night, because they need to meet their match. So they have not posted either penalty. Oh, here they go. Almost as soon as I said that, now they're going up on the board, and it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I don't think it's actually against Hansen. Should go against Rosenzweig, although they made it seem as if it were on Hansen. And we're back to 4-on-4 hockey here, approaching the 2-minute mark. That one off the side of the post is now Flanagan takes a high stick from Jared Christie, and this thing's starting to get a little out of hand. Exactly 2 minutes to go here in our second period, and it's whistles every other second. So, here we go again. Christie locked up with Conway. Moccasins able to win the faceoff. Flanagan throws a quick little check to bump the puck out of the zone. Leorakos gives it away to Bondi, but Flanagan got caught headed backwards when the puck was going forwards off the turnover created. 100 seconds to go. Flanagan picks it up in the circle, shoots one, and the save is made as now Christie and Flanagan go into the wall, and another couple pleasantries are exchanged. Still 20 more minutes coming up after the intermission. As I mentioned, you're going to want to stick around for AJ Schlepp's interview. A lot of cool content throughout his early pro career and participating in Ice Wars, as well as his time in Biloxi. All that and more coming up in our second intermission report. Spinelli gives it back over to Davidson. Now it's Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum enters over the blue line, coils back, and gets it to Leonard. Leonard lost it, and now Monroe off to the races. Spinelli trying to get back into the play as quick as he can. Nice shutdown defense by Rosenbaum to take away the one-time opportunity. 65 seconds to go. Period number 2, still 5-2 Snakes. Albrecht has it punched away by Leonard. Able to keep it in ever so calmly. Gives back on over for Fernaris, who drops it back to Schumacher. Schumacher down low for Albrecht. Out to Dubé Plouffe. Spinelli door to door with Fernaris. Settled by Fabian Leonard for a moment, and now Fernaris sends it back down low. Holding is Dubé Plouffe. Back door, and Austin Albrecht scores. Breakers just, the defense has been a consistent problem. You got a guy untouched, alone by the back door. It's 4-on-4. Not even a Monroe power play. You got to have a body on that guy. Rosenzweig can only bail you out so much. With just 35 seconds to go in the second. The Moccasins make it 6-2. Austin Albrecht had a quiet night prior to that tally. And now finally on the score sheet. All sunshine and rainbows for the Moccasins here on Star Wars night in period 2. Christie dropping it back for Ballant. Ballant, oh, what a move that was to shake off Charbonneau down in the corner. Now Ballant closed off for a moment. Charbonneau picking up the loose change in the D zone. Inside 10 seconds to play as we're back to 5-on-5. Hansen's back into the mix. Conway holding at the blue line. Shooting one into the glove of Rozak. With 2 more seconds to play here in our second period. And now Ballant throws a cross-check into Conway. It's amazing how many cross-checks they can throw after the whistle with no reparation. It almost makes you want, I don't even know. They don't feel good. They do not feel good. Two seconds to go. Rosenzweig knows that they won't score in that amount of time as finally the horn sounds. Hansen takes one last cross check from Matthews. And that will do it for period number 2. The Breakers trail it 6-2 as both teams will head off to the locker room. We're going to take a quick break for AJ Schlepp's interview and be back in a moment right here in Monroe. Moccasins lead it at home. So you fight Jesse Swanson. You talked about that a little bit and how it started in warm-ups or whatever, but your first professional fight, take us through actually in the moment. I'm sure you blacked out for bits and pieces of it just because it's a lot going into, a lot of adrenaline, but from what you do remember, what was it like?
Yeah, like I said, we just kind of got out there. You know, I knew kind of what I needed to do right away. In my head before, I was like, all right, like, how is this going to happen? Like, how are we going to come together? But I just kind of stepped out to the red line and we were just chirping at each other for, you know, a good, 15 minutes of that warm-up. And, it was definitely a pretty crazy experience overall. Right off the draw, we kind of drop and it's like, all right, where am I grabbing? What am I doing, But overall it went well, I think, so.
Had you done any off-season training to prepare for kind of your enforcer role? We know about some of the other stuff we'll get into throughout the end of our interview, but.
Yeah, for sure. I do, boxing back home during the summer, so I talk to a lot of my friends back home are, fighters in other leagues, East Coast, AHL, so yeah, I definitely have some coaching for sure in that department.
Well, then Charlie Penz makes you a breaker. He elects to trade for you. You come here to Biloxi. How'd it feel to be valued and like someone seeing what you're doing and wants to bring you in? They're like, we need that guy. How'd it feel to be valued and now you've got 10 games here?
Yeah, obviously, once you get traded, first of all, it's for any player, it is a tough thing, like especially when you enjoy the place that you're at. But like you said, on the flip side, it's a coach that believes in you, wants you a part of the organization. So, once I got the call, I arrived. I was like, I definitely want to be here for sure.
So, it's pretty apparent that you know your role on the team, and you like to protect your teammates. Is that the mindset you go into each game with, and what do you do to ensure that, if someone is poking at your teammates, that you're there to not protect them, but stick up for them?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely know that that's my role, and it's a role that I love. I think that, like you said, if anyone's messing with, our bench or our team, like, I want our team to know that I have their back, and I think that's just kind of what I bring to the table every night. So, obviously I love being the enforcer. I love, that role, and, I'm happy to do it for sure.
So as I mentioned, you got 10 games. You've gotten to know your teammates in the organization here. What do you make of it? Like, what are your early impressions of it? Do you like the guys? You guys get along well?
I think that our group is something special for sure. I think this last weekend definitely showed that. Obviously, on the Friday it was a tough loss, but after that Saturday win, like, just the bus ride back, like, you can tell that guys were meshing and guys are getting together. So I think that we have a really, really good group here, and we're gonna, do some special things coming up.
Currently, you sit third in the league with 88 penalty minutes this season.
Yeah.
Are you looking to meet a certain quota, or is it as your team needs you to go? What do you make of that number and that stat?
Yeah, I didn't really think too much of it. I was just gonna fight till they told me to stop. But now that I'm at 88, like I think that's second or third in the league, and I'm chasing that 100 PIM mark right now. So I don't really have an ideal number, but I do want to get to 100 like pretty quick. So.
Well, we're almost there, and 100%. I think a lot of people want to hear about that line brawl with the Zydeco a couple weeks ago.
For sure.
So obviously it's it was a 5-on-5 scrap.
Yeah.
But take us through it, because it looked like you were the one that got it going.
Yeah, I think that we had a tough patch of games there, and when it comes to a team, there's always that TSN turning point, whether either you break or you push forward, and it kind of changes the trajectory of where your team's going. So we kind of just came together. We were losing, and we thought there had to be actions taken, and in that situation, like, you're either man or mouse, right? So we had 5 guys that were ready to go. Obviously, I dropped my gloves first because I was kind of itching for it, but it's either you tuck someone's chin or you get your chin tucked. So.
Fair enough. I couldn't have said it much better myself. But so the life of a fighter. Obviously, you're a hockey player as well, but the adrenaline. Like, why do you do what you do? What kind of joy do you get out of your role on the team?
For sure, yeah. I think personally, like, it's just what I grew up watching. Like I kind of mentioned, all the guys I used to grow up watching for the Tigers. Like, it's just ingrained in my brain that that's how you have to play hockey, especially for myself. I knew in college that I wasn't going to be that skill guy, when I took that next step at all. So I was like, all right, I got to bring something to the table. I'm 6'8", like you said, pretty big guy. So I have no qualms of doing that. And if that, makes me stay and shows my team that, I'm willing to do that, so be it.
You've also fought in Ice Wars, and I think everybody wants to hear about that experience. And if those of you that don't know, go Google AJ Schlepp Ice Wars. You can watch it up there, but pretty cool. It's basically like UFC for hockey fights.
For sure.
But take us through that experience and what it was like for you.
Yeah, so one of my best friends, Spencer Kenny, plays in Kalamazoo on the East Coast. They've been trying to get him to do it. It's on ice, bare knuckle fighting. You're kind of show ponies, but it is what it is. But so for years, when we played college together, I was like, I could tune you up for sure. So then he'd always get kind of mad about it or riled up, and I just loved it. And then one day he just kind of sent me that link and was like, hey, Ice Wars is coming to Edmonton. He's like, I'll corner you if you want to do it. It's time to kind of man up and see how tough you really are. So I was like, all right, let's do it. We drove there. It was like a whole way different than I thought it was going to be. Bright lights. They had an announcer. They had a Bruce Buffer guy. We ended up being the main event, me and Will Laporte. And right before we came out, the lights went off in the stadium. It was crazy. So it's 3 1-minute rounds. I did decently well for a guy that's 10 years older and pretty big. So went to a split decision, but yeah, it was definitely a crazy experience for sure.
Do you plan to do it again?
Who knows?
All right, keep us on the edge of your seats. Also, they had the nickname for you, the Jackhammer. Is that something that you self-identify with, or is it something that they coined you with? Because I know they like their nicknames in Ice Wars. So where'd that come from?
So when I was filling out the sheets, it said that you had to kind of create a nickname for yourself. I was like, I don't know what my nickname could be. So me and my boys went out to the local. We had a couple beers. We kind of brainstormed, and we came up with the Jackhammer. So the whole night, it kind of just made us laugh, and we kept saying the Jackhammer to anyone that would come, and it kind of stuck. So, yeah.
All right, but closing out on Ice Wars, your off-season training, you talked about boxing a little bit, but what else do you do to stay in shape now playing professionally?
Yeah, obviously, to play this game, you have to do hockey-specific stuff. So my good friend Gavin Broadhead has a program for me in the summer. I try and mix in some, boxing with that as well. Just kind of tie it all together so I'm well-rounded, so yeah.
Speaking back on the Breakers group, let's go back to them for a moment. How's the chemistry in this group, and what are your expectations for them this season?
For sure. I think that we're a young group, but like I said, that we're going in the right direction. We all want to win, and I think that's the biggest thing, and that's from the management all the way down to the players. we want to turn this around and definitely go on a hot streak here. I think that we have the team to do it for sure.
So you live with everybody over at the apartment complex. Yeah. What do you guys do when you're not skating? What are some of the activities around the house? Any hobbies that you guys all like to do together?
Yeah, we just have fun. I think that's half of playing pro hockey is you get your job done in the morning and then you have your time off to do whatever. So we definitely, like yesterday, a group of guys went down by the beach and kind of hung out there. So we're always finding fun things to do.
Closing out here, you're playing for Charlie Pens now. What's it like to play for him, and what kind of coach is he?
Yeah, I've had many different coaches, and it's like when you get traded somewhere, you're always just kind of wanting to fit in, right? With Pens, what I really appreciate about him is that he lets me be myself. He's so cordial with how he talks to me. He'll say, he's never going to be the type of coach that says, hey, I want you to go out there and fight right now, right? He's going to let you make that decision, which I think is awesome. But he'll let me know, hey, Justin Schmidt's in the lineup tonight. Like, do whatever you want with that information, right? So for me, I'm never going to back down from a fight. But yeah, I really appreciate that, his communication with me, and he allows me to be myself.
All right. Well, as I like to close out every Breaker Banner interview, what's your message to the fan base here at Breaker Nation?
Yeah, I just think that let's just keep building more of a fan base. I think that in the next upcoming weeks, we're definitely turning the ship around, and we're going to be a team to watch. So come on out.
All right, you heard it here. Come out and support the Breakers. But AJ, huge thanks for joining the show today. I'll be back to wrap this thing up in a couple moments here on Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
It's like Normatec compression, and the area is only.
And we welcome you back ahead of period 3. My name's Devin Dovak. We're going to verbally take you through our summary with the puck drop set to come shortly. But in the second period, the Moccasins outshoot the Breakers 9-7, but they score 3 times and make it a 6-2 hockey game. They're outshooting the Breakers 30-20 on the evening. Tensions starting to boil over here in Monroe. Keep an eye on these two teams. I have a feeling we might see a few fireworks, even with the score being a 4-goal game. They said on the loudspeaker 31-22 are the official shot totals. Taking a quick look around the league, a couple really good games going on tonight. Athens defeats PD 4-3 in overtime. Indiana wins 4-3 in regulation over Port Huron, an upset there. Binghamton comes from behind to beat the Hat Tricks 3-2 on the road in overtime. Blue Ridge worked all the way back from down a pair in the third period to win it 6-5 against the Watertown Wolves at home. And Columbus with a late comeback to win 2-1 against the Thunderbirds late in the third period. So maybe the comeback is a bit of a theme tonight. A 4-goal comeback might be asking a lot, but still plenty of time for the Breakers to get things going here. Moccasins right to work in the offensive zone. Centering feed is into the skates of Tim Payne. He actually gloves it down to himself. And now a battle down below the end line. Scantlebury took a swipe from Rosenzweig looking to poke it away. Fabian Leonard across the blue line gets it to Pikarczyk. He's bounced off the puck by Landon Johnson. And now out of their own end, here's Sam Turner. Puts it through the legs of Trey Fisher, the guy he was traded for. Of course, looking back at that deal, it was Conway and Fisher for Sam Turner. Looked like a beneficial deal for both sides based on their impacts this season. 19 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in period number 3. Starting off even strength as there's a shot from the top of the circle. Looks to be Eero Toivonen, and if it is, that's his first professional goal. It looks like Liarakos wanted to get in on the line, so he stops and will high-five the rest of his teammates as hang on to that puck, Eero Toivonen, their first professional goal. Just a shot through traffic. Rosenzweig never saw it, and it beats him over the shoulder to make it 7-2. This game was 3-2 at one point, and then 4 unanswered from the Moccasins are beginning to put this thing on ice. Ensuing draw will be Toivonen working around his own goal. He takes a slash from Trey Fisher, and the Moccasins are going to head to the power play momentarily. Schumacher behind his own goal will try and build some of that extra power play time. Nice hit into Albrecht by Infantino. Took down the official as well. The linesman got caught in an awkward spot there. Glad to see he's back up on his feet and okay. As the guilty party is going to be Dylan Infantino. I thought it was Fisher going. So it'll be the first Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill for the Breakers tonight. Pump fake on the face-off draw. And now Thornton will glide back in to take it. 5-on-4 are the Breakers. As another quick whistle, and what's this for? like Thornton checking to see if he's leaking as Liarakos will head right back to the box, and the first Moccasins power play lasts only 4 seconds. Yanni Liarakos being booked for a high stick, and so we'll skate 4-on-4 now. Half Shell Oyster House, third period here in Biloxi. Conway set to take the draw. And it's won and controlled by the Moccasins. Sent back to Pikarczyk. Karams on over to Bondi. Bondi backhand feed for Pikarczyk. His quick shot took the stick of a Moccasin. Speared back to Pikarczyk. Couldn't handle it and get it back to Conway. Dubé Plouffe with it now. 2-on-2 the other way for the Monroe Moccasins. Payne knocks it away. He has been locked down tonight in his debut. Takes a hit from Fernaris, but able to work the puck on over to Bondi. Bondi saucering one off the wall, just out of the reach of Payne. And Matthews sends it back to Green, who finds Dubé Plouffe through the logo at center. Matthews. Back for Green. Leonard takes it away. 2-on-1 with Davidson. Leonard, toe drag, shooting one now. Tried to open up on the blocker side of Rozak. Davidson back across for Spinelli. Spinelli hit into the wall by Corson Green. Green getting into it with Spinelli now for a moment. That quickly diffuses. Davidson from the circle shoots off the side of the cage and wide. Leonard into the skates of Matthews, loses it. Now Dubé Plouffe with it. Belant run into the wall by Spinelli. On his backhand now, carrying it through the circle. He finds a seam, backhanding one in on Rosenzweig. A flurry of saves by Josh Rosenzweig. Now Spinelli being harassed by Turner. Good job to shield the puck through a solid forecheck by Turner. Thornton tried to grab it and drop it down to himself, able to win it on back. Taken away by Belant, who feeds it over to Johnson. And now Sam Turner will slow things down. Breakers back to full strength. Brief power play as now Liarakos is back. 5-on-5 once again. Here comes Gerstein trying to split a couple breaker defenders. Rosenzweig speared it away from Gerstein's reach. Able to get it back to his forehand. In through the middle, quick shot by Johnson is deflected up and into the seats with 16:16 to go in period 3. Tomorrow night, these teams will clash again. 7 o'clock Central Time is the puck drop here at the Monroe Civic Center. 3 more Monroe versus Biloxi games here at the Civic Center, and 3 more at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. That all happens, as I mentioned, in the next 32 days. 7 meetings. As Hansen getting cross-checked by Christie behind the play. Conway wins the race against Dorsey. Dorsey runs him into the wall. Fisher below the end line, getting hooked a little bit by Landon Johnson, and now back the other way. Here comes Dubé Plouffe. Payne, nice battle at the blue line, wins it back on over to Conway. Conway looked to avoid a check by Liarakos and went down, wisely so, as he would have got crushed into the wall. 15.5 minutes to play in regulation. Snap pass for Leonard, little trouble handling it. Dribbles it on the tape of his stick into the offensive zone. Dubé Plouffe crunched by Pikarczyk. Payne closing in on Albrecht, and now a collision down by the net. Looks like the bearing of the net is completely out from behind the goal, and we get another whistle and a face-off. 15:15 to go. Rosenzweig continuing to tell the officials, how does this net keep coming off? I don't know if anybody sees the bearing that's in the blue paint, but there's going to have to be some repairs here. Now they've located it, and they'll throw the net back on. Likely the last face-off before our first media timeout in the third. Fernaris spinning away from Rosenbaum, dances by Leonard. Charbonneau now with it, almost got crunched by Schumacher. Belant wins it back away, swinging below the end line. On over to Leonard, gives it away to Fernaris. Albrecht had it leap over his stick. Albrecht back for Schumacher. Bank pass for Fernaris. Moccasins trying to spread out a little bit in the O-zone, but walking right in. Here's Fernaris. He shoots. Big save, Rosenzweig. Leonard with a nice hit on Fernaris, who threw a punch into the back of his head after the play. And now Rosenzweig, another big-time save, sprawling out to make sure the rebound didn't find a home. And Charbonneau and Pikarczyk go back the other way. Charbonneau driving to the goal. His backhander goes wide. Fernaris gives back on over to Green. 14-10 to go here in the third period. Green below the end line. Bondi thought about running into him. At the blue line, Matthews shot into the glove of Rosenzweig, and he will hold for immediate timeout. We'll take it. 6-2's our score as we step aside for a couple words from our sponsors.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi. Bohemian Rhapsody booms in through the loudspeakers as we get set for the face-off out of our first media timeout in period 3. My name's Devin Dobeck along with you. Carter Thornton, a nice shot block out by the blue line. Moccasins continue to control. Scantlebury taken down by Grant Bondi, flipping and flopping like a fish all over the ice, as then Bondi's run into the wall behind the play. Sent back around for Corson Green. Green behind his own goal for a reason I'm not sure of. Thornton, a nice play between the legs, centering pass looking for Hansen on the doorstep, still free. And now Monroe back with it. They're off to the races, even numbers back the other way. Scantlebury for Stefanini, in through the skates of Gerstein, and off. Flanagan tackles his man down in the corner in Stefanini as we get another face-off coming. And now Scantlebury and Spinelli getting involved. Now climbing into the mix is Casey Gerstein. Spinelli not having any part of that. Rosenzweig calling out Scantlebury. Those two have an old rivalry from many years of playing against each other. Physical play still very much in effect, even in a 7-2 game, and that's why you gotta love the FPHL. In the NHL, you would not be seeing any hard hits in a 5-goal game, but here in the Fed, every minute means something. Spinelli, stop and go from behind his own net. And now he'll carry it through the neutral zone with a head of speed. Pulls up to avoid the hit of Johnson. And it's turnover. Charbonneau sending one in front. And now a back check brewing. Sam Turner stretches it out. Liarakos walks in. Backhander. Save made by Rosenzweig. And now Charbonneau with it. He'll go one-on-one. End to end we go. Charbonneau avoids the hit of Johnson and then shoulder checks him. Bondi run into the official by Turner behind the play. Bondi back with it. Slowing things down in his own end. A quick little shimmy shake to get rid of Turner. And now breaks it out to Charbonneau. Charbonneau sweeping it to Fisher. Touch pass to Leonard. Fabian Leonard in all alone. Tried a quick little breakaway move without even shooting it. Trying to open up the 5-hole. Really nice feed by Trey Fisher there. And Leonard almost found himself back on the score sheet. Now here's Johnson on over for a quick shot. And a save made by Rosenzweig on Albrecht. Bodies flying everywhere in the D zone. Rosenzweig, another big save. Back into position. Moccasins need a change. They get one. As Fernaris peels back into the neutral zone. Belant across the blue line. Gives it away. Tim Payne starting the push out of his own end. Handling the puck well. Good protection from Payne. Pikarczyk gives to Hansen. Pikarczyk and Hansen, the only two Seawolves left from last season with the departure of Dalton Anderson and Blake Keller a couple weeks ago. Pikarczyk run into the wall by Albrecht. Albrecht from behind, knocked away by Hansen, able to retain it. 22 on 22 this time. Fernaris through the circle, shoots one off the crossbar and up into the seats. With 10:56 to go in the third period, another whistle and a face-off set to come. Defensive zone draw for Infantino. He'll take it against Ben Stefanini. Stefanini with 5 goals this season. 3 of them have come against the Breakers, although a quiet night offensively tonight for himself. The wealth has been spread among the Moccasins. 7 different goal scorers here tonight. Charbonneau hit into the boards by Scantlebury. Green's shot from the point deflects off the wall. Rosenbaum can't get it out. Held onto by Matthews. An area pass down into the corner. Spinelli looking to sweep it out of the zone. Collides with Gerstein. Now Spinelli being worked on by Stefanini off the wall. Charbonneau stretches it out to Fisher. Breakers looking to start from north to south. Fisher's pass deflects on over to Stefanini. And Monroe will retain possession. Closing in on the midway point here, period 3. Green gives it away to Davidson. 2-on-1 for the Breakers. Davidson shoots one. Save made by Rozak. Out to the point it comes again. Looks like they're calling him Rosie here. So a battle of the Rosies, but I think there's only one Rosie in the FPHL as Davidson takes a leg-to-leg check out by the blue line, and this will put the Breakers back up a man for tripping. Nice move by Davidson at the blue line as we head into immediate timeout. We'll be back, 7-2.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
welcome you back. Breakers and the Moccasins separated by 5 goals. Breakers head to their 8th walk-ons power play of the evening. They are 0 for 7 in their previous attempts. Be nice to find a way to get one here now. Moccasins with a lone goal in the 3rd period. At the 9:50 mark, here's Rosenbaum giving it back on over to Charbonneau. Now out at the point, Conway receives the snap pass by Rosenbaum. And it's chipped out by Stefanini. Stefanini with a pair of shorthanded goals for the Moccasins this season. One of them came against the Breakers, as the Breakers ice it this time. And another draw will get set to go at 9:25. Great night of action across the FPHL. We walked you through the scoreboard earlier. Let's update you on the Baton Rouge Topeka game. It's 4-2 Scarecrows in the 3rd period at the Raising Cane's River Center. Baton Rouge currently the only team behind the Breakers in the Continental, so any team beating them is a boost for the Breakers. And Columbus, with a come-from-behind win in the 3rd period, helps take away 3 points from the Thunderbirds, who currently sit a pair of points with an extra game to play ahead of the Breakers in the standings. So a little help from their Continental Division foe in the River Dragons to stay within reach. Rosenbaum at the blue line gets hooked a little bit by Christie. Rosenbaum back with it, slowing things down, turns it over. Christie jumped the passing route, tried to get it through the legs of Thornton, who bounces the puck out into the neutral zone. Matthews sending one all the way down into the glove of Rosenzweig. He'll settle it and drop it on off. Inside 45 seconds to go in the man advantage for Biloxi. Davidson across the blue line with speed, shoots one. Save made by Rozak, and it goes up and into the seats. Another faceoff set to come with 37 seconds to go on the man advantage. Infantino, Davidson, Thornton, Flanagan, and Hansen, the power play unit. Draw's going to be on the far side. Curtis Hansen was the only one who knew that. Face-off is controlled by the Breakers. Flanagan holds, didn't rush it to Davidson. Smart play that time. Calling for it from Hansen, who gives it on for Infantino. He'll ladle one down below the end line. Thornton, Davidson gives it away to Sam Turner. Turner now short-handed. Turns it over to his former Seawolves teammate in Hansen, and Davidson right back to work. Sam Turner celebrating his 33rd birthday today. So happy birthday to the former Mississippi Seawolf. Thornton lost control of the puck, and now Fernaris off to the races, tries to toe drag around Spinelli, and Rosenzweig shoots it, looking to stretch it out for Infantino, who couldn't handle the pass, and it goes down as an icing, bringing the draw back to Rosenzweig's end. This is the first of 4 straight with the Moccasins. I know I mentioned what the next month looks like between these two, but it's 4 straight battles. Tonight and tomorrow at the Civic Center before back to the Coast Coliseum on December 19th for Ugly Sweater Night. Hope you can join us for that. And then the 20th back here in Monroe. Spinelli backhanding one that Thornton's able to force out of the zone. Fernaris on over to Kyler Matthews. Matthews fresh off the benches. Conway offsides is the call he wanted. Won't get it. Ballant snaps a pass to the wrong team. Infantino on for Thornton. Thornton lost control, and now Matthews trying to take out Thornton. Thornton smiles at him. Fisher wraps it around the dasher. And now here comes Monroe once again. Payne tried to lay out Fernaris, who skipped by him. Bondi getting hooked by Fernaris. Conway lifts the stick of a Moccasin to free up the puck. Now back into the zone. Dubé Plouffe on for Albrecht, who shoots into the catching mid of Rosenzweig for another face-off, and now Payne wants a piece of Dubé Plouffe, and they get tangled up. And continue to bark all the way to the glass. Dubé Plouffe has been at the heart of a lot of extracurriculars tonight. While we have a moment here, let's take a look at our stocking stuffer promotion. You can still get yours today. 4 terrace level seats to the December 27th game, 4 official Breakers game pucks, 4 small waffle cones from Ben & Jerry's Biloxi, and 4 Sky Zone jump passes. That's a total $224 value, all yours for just $88. To purchase, please call the number on the screen, 228-731-3399, or visit our office at 1643 East Pass Road. That's 1643 East Pass Road in Gulfport. Great stocking stuffer. Get your favorite Breakers fan into the Coliseum a couple days after Christmas. That'll be a fun 2-game homestand with the Baton Rouge Zydeco, the 26th and the 27th, and what's been a fun little rivalry at the bottom of the division currently. Dubé Plouffe swings one back as going down behind the play was Schumacher. He's grabbing his face as he heads to the bench. Hansen just gets it by Toivonen. Toivonen runs into Trey Fisher. Now Fisher will go one-on-one. Stop and go move. Fisher, quick shot. Didn't get much on it. Just barely got by Johnson and heard the footsteps coming from behind, so had to rush. He creates another turnover at the blue line. Giving one on over to Bikarchek. Someone had their twig snapped in half as Fisher's run down into the wall. Davidson, nice hit into the corner wall. Dubé Plouffe without a twig. Still playing the puck soccer style. Closing in on the 5-minute mark here in period number 3. Flanagan takes a hit from Stefanini. Gerstein backhanding one off the pad of Rosenzweig. Now Flanagan runs Stefanini into the wall. Scantlebury dodges a hit from Infantino and now goes around Rosenzweig and scores. Rosenzweig went for the poke check. Scantlebury, very patient play, carved his way around him and lit the lamp. And it's 8-2. Face-off is dropped, and now here we go. Matthews just slashed Hansen, and now he's going to jump him. Hansen trying to stick up for himself. Matthews with a right. Hansen trying to come back with a couple of his own, and he's taken down by Matthews right off the draw. I really don't understand how you can shed your gloves and expect it from another guy. Matthews has brought some life into this building, and if you're AJ Schlepp, you got to be boiling right now back in Biloxi. He's going to come back with a vengeance tomorrow night. Class will be in session tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, as AJ Schlepp returns from suspension. Hansen didn't really have a choice there. I'd really be curious as to how that all started. Liarakos calling out Infantino as if to say now he wants one. Face-off is won by Monroe. Spinelli, a nice hit into the chest of Stefanini. Couple of central mass guys there as Payne is taken down by Scantlebury. Conway trying to recoup. Sprawling out was Rosenzweig, but a nice shot block down in front. Now Infantino. Can't find a way to staple Scantlebury into the wall. Conway tries a check on out. Back into the corner, Infantino. Hit by Stefanini, continuing to battle with him. Conway avoids a hit of Scantlebury. Now Thornton coils the puck, hits Conway in the skates. Conway moving to his backhand. Conway, while being taken down, no call coming. Textbook trip goes missed that time. Fernaris walking in, shoots and scores. That's number 9. Third time Monroe has scored 9 goals against the Breakers this season. They had 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and now 3 in the third. It's 9-2. Six unanswered for the Moccasins. Face-off is won by Fisher. Bondi back on over to Rosenbaum, who finds Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk gets it in deep. Fisher collides with Fernaris down in the end wall. Charbonneau hit by Schumacher. And now out of the zone, Ballant touches it forward. Rosenbaum able to recoup. Puck bleeds through the middle, and now Bondi will shift the ice back the other way. Toivonen backhanding one for Schumacher. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in regulation. Breakers playing for pride before they turn their focus to tomorrow's action against the Moccasins. Fisher breaks it up and sends it right into the middle by the Moccasins in between the glass reporter. Liarakos gives him a high five for avoiding it. As we head into our final media timeout here, we'll take it back in a moment.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
And we welcome you back. 3:27 to go out of our final media timeout in period 3. As Stefanini wins this draw back to Rozak. Banked into the neutral zone for Flanagan. He'll take a shot, why not? Turned aside by Rozak. Gerstein. Across the line, finds it to Scantlebury. Rosenzweig came out to play it for a moment. Infantino slams into Stefanini. Now Gerstein fighting for the puck. Davidson had Thornton for a moment. Instead, Infantino will be the one with it. Thornton working tenaciously to get it away from Johnson. Davidson on a give and go with Infantino. The pass just a little out of his bandwidth. As now Payne awkwardly goes down with a hit from behind by Sam Turner. Gerstein out of gas at the end of his shift. Bondi being harassed from behind by Liarakos. Plays it on over for Fisher, who will switch places with him and slow things down. Inside 2.5 minutes to play. Bondi to the tape of Conway. A little hard on the pass that time. Now Payne collects the turnover. To work in the offensive zone he goes. Shooting one in, that will be held. As now Payne and Toivonen in a quick conversation. 130 seconds to play, period number 3. 6 unanswered for the Moccasins has been the story tonight after a hotly contested first period. Score was 3-2 in the first break, and Monroe has made things a lot different. Fisher's backhander, an uncomfortable save made by Rozak. On the ensuing draw, Conway comes back into the breaker's end. Leah Rockos with Spinelli. They bang into each other in the end wall. Now down low, Christie around the poke checker, Rosenzweig, and sent back into the neutral area. Corson Green with the forecheck provided by Fisher. 100 seconds to play in regulation. Pikarczyk chips it back in. Turner will send it down into Rosenzweig. He'll step in front of it to avoid the icing. Spinelli shoots it in deep for Charbonneau to go chase. Rozak sends it back around. Toivonen turns it over to Conway. Conway couldn't dance on through Fernaris. Out to Albrecht. Albrecht to his backhand in front. Now Fisher with it in his skates. Ballant turns one on goal. Rosenzweig will cover it up with 66 seconds left to play. Rosenzweig's faced a lot of shots tonight. 43 from the Monroe Moccasins, just 27 for the Breakers. 13 in the first for Biloxi, 9 in the second, 5 in the third. 21 in the first for Monroe, 10 in the second, 12 in the third. Shot from the point is gloved by Rosenzweig. He drops it down and delivers it to Tim Payne. Davidson, bank pass that goes strong off the wall, or else Thornton would have had a breakaway opportunity. On the half wall. Another four-man scrum. Christie with room on the far side. Flanagan and Payne. Good back check to make sure no shot came in on goal. Infantino chips it out of the zone for Dorsey to handle. Let's go Moccasins chant continuing to rain on in here. 22 seconds. Here comes Albrecht stretching one out for Christie. Poked it on goal. They score. Schumacher crashes the net. And that's the first time in franchise history that double digits have been scored against the Breakers. Spinelli barking with Leah Rockos as the teams converge at center ice. Spinelli at the red line made Leah Rockos flinch and then said, "Oh, I got you there." And we'll see what happens off this faceoff. As the puck is dropped, Leah Rockos will skate it back into his own end. Chip it into the wall. Pikarczyk on the forecheck. Wins it back away. On over to Fisher. Popped up in the air. This should bleed out the remaining moments of the clock, and that will do it. The Moccasins with an emphatic 10-2 victory. Tough night all around as the Breakers head to the locker room. Referees in between the lines as to make sure nothing will go on after the conclusion of this affair. We're going to forego our post-game show again here tonight. Tough to speak much after a 10-2 loss, but Breakers will be back for vengeance tomorrow night against these Moccasins. Moccasins have taken the first 6 out of 7 games, or the first 6 out of 12 games, I should say. And they'll go skate around, take a couple laps. As the final score one last time, the Moccasins 10, the Breakers 2. Appreciate everybody who tuned into our broadcast tonight on Breakers TV on YouTube, Sportfeet, 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, and at our watch party and walk-ons in D'Iberville. Once again, tomorrow night, the puck drops at 7 o'clock Central Time. I hope you can join myself, Devin Dobeck, for the call of that one. And once again, on behalf of myself, Devin Dobeck, thanks so much for tuning in to Breakers hockey and FPHL action. And always remember to live the dream. We will see you tomorrow night, right back here in Monroe.